Hi, you guys. Welcome back. This is Richard Sachs on Lost Arts Radio. And I wanted to tell you about the latest person that I thought we could give you and why she's unacceptable. It's another conspiracy theory person. And her name is Janet Phelan. Phelan. I think we can safely say her name. Look her up. She's a significant person. And even though she's a conspiracy theorist, there's a lot of interest in what she's discovered. So much interest that she's been chased through several different countries and is still being harassed for it. So that's a good seal of approval, you might say, that her material is important. Unfortunately, she has a lot of unacceptable points of view, or unacceptable views, I guess, as one of our neighbor leaders would say. So we have to protect you against seeing her. But if you want to know what to avoid and what never to look at or listen to, because the platform for our own good has been educating us, re-educating us about things that are not safe for you to think about or to see or to hear or to talk about or to even look at. So if you want to know what to avoid, there's a link below that tells you what to avoid and where it is. Right now, it's on some of our inferior platforms that don't even censor. And I guess they haven't spiritually evolved enough to know that free speech is something that has to be freer in some things than in others. And you have to know what you have free speech to say and what you have to have free, freedom to watch things should only apply to things that are safe. And the way that you find out if they're safe is you ask your authorities and your rulers. And if they say it's safe for you, then it's safe. And if they say it's not, then you have to be very grateful that it was blocked out. And we're trying to follow along with that image. You know, I guess the ideal of real freedom is a country of people that just follow orders for everything. So we're trying to set an example and follow the orders, not to let you see things that would be bad for you to look at. Now, I can tell you that this lady does articles for a really evil newsletter. I guess it's kind of an online journal called Activist Post. ACTIVIST post.com. And there's a link below in the page to her article so you'll know what not to read. Very important for you to keep the right perspective and understanding on all these things by not reading dissenting opinions and not looking at dissenting videos. It's easy to remember. Just, do what we're told by the most respectable authorities, and then you'll be on the right track. So the only evil website that I have from talking to this really unacceptable lady is activistpost.com. And if you read, go to the link in the description below, it will show you the specific page in Activist Post that you have to avoid and not read. What else can I tell you? To avoid conspiracy theories at all costs, right? And if something is a conspiracy theory because it's what the mainstream news disagrees with. That makes it a conspiracy theory. And it is impossible that it could be true. So if you just remember that, you'll be doing good. And what else can I tell you? Oh, some of the conspiracy theories about leading to health misinformation, which we are learning to avoid at any cost. Even if you have to not tell the truth, whatever you have to do, just don't talk about misinformation. And what this unacceptable lady has done, among other crimes, is to explain things that would lead to your believing misinformation. So you have to understand that it's so important you don't listen to anything she says, and it's for your own good. And to send thank you letters to the platform that we're talking on now for protecting us against this terrible misinformation, to make sure that you know all the time what you believe and that it always agrees with our rulers. What else? I think that covers it pretty well. Janet Phelan, investigative journalist for currently writing for Activist Post. She's been doing this for a long time, and she's telltale signs of the importance not to listen to anything she says is that she's had interviews with other conspiracy theorists, and they thought she was really great. So you know that she's terrible and nothing she says should be remembered. And the links to at least one of the other most amazing interviews with another conspiracy theory leader that's arisen in the last couple of years, so that you can avoid it, is also included in the link below. We're trying to give you really good service here so you won't waste any of your time on unacceptable views. And you can be good, upstanding citizens, just following orders no matter what you're told to do. Even if it totally destroys you, you're a good citizen and you do it anyway. So I think that's the main message. You want to stay in touch with what we're doing on the larger scale. There's a bunch of commercial-free content, important articles and videos at Lost Arts, plural, lostartsradio.com. I think that's about it. We like to hear back from you. Comments, questions, statements, ideas for future shows, what you want us to deal with. There's a communication form, contact form on lostartsradio.com that you're invited to use. We read all of those, and we get even deeper into this unacceptable world of what to do to make the world, how can I say this without being unacceptable here? Work on deeper levels of consciousness. It's all right to talk about that because our rulers think that consciousness is just nonsense. They don't know that it's actually real and very powerful. We talk about how to practice using that to help turn things around in the world right now. Not that they need it, of course. Everything's going great according to the rulers. But just in case it ever has a problem of any kind, there are ways to help with that by transforming your own life. And we get into that in planetaryhealingclub.com. Okay, so I wish I could say more. I really do. I know you probably think the shows on YouTube that we're posting now are all really boring because all we're doing is warning you against unacceptable people and statements. But it's a choice between that and just disappearing and shutting down the channel. And I'm thinking that we want to stay in touch with you. So it's better to be here long enough to remind you. Go to lostartsradio.com and you'll see everything that's going on that we're doing. Anyway, we appreciate you very much. Take good care of yourself. I'm allowed to say that. Get your health back. Learn about natural ways to not need drugs or medicine or anything like that. To take care of yourself by natural means. Not conspiracy theories. Those are to be avoided, but real things that can help you with no downside. Like Hippocrates said, that was originally the creed of medicine. Do no harm. And it's still possible to take care of everything that way. So I'll stop myself before I say the wrong thing. Take a look at the notes below, and we'll meet you here next time. Have a good night.